Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are continuing this Parliament chapter. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one important post, that is Chairman. Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So let us see some of the introduction before going into this topic. So important articles that are talking about this Vice President is Article 63 and Article 64. Article 63 talks about there shall be the Vice President of India. And if you see Article 64, which talks about the duty of Vice President. So what is the duty? The duty of the Vice President is he acts as ex officio Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So he acts as ex officio Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So these are the important articles regarding the Vice President. So if you see Article 63, it talks about there shall be the Vice President, and if you see Article 64, it talks about the duty of the Vice President. So what is the duty here? The duty is he acts as the ex officio Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So if you see whether this Chairman is the member of the Rajya Sabha or not, whether he is member? No, he is not the member of Rajya Sabha. But why this Chairman of Rajya Sabha is Vice President who is not a member of Rajya Sabha? Because if you see the election of the members of Rajya Sabha, they are elected indirectly by the people, mainly by the proportional representation system, by the single transferable vote. That means if you take the India, we have different states are present, correct? So some are the big state, some are the small states. Normally we see the small states in the northeastern India, and these members mainly have the seats in the Rajya Sabha based on their population, correct? So if you see, there are some large states like UP, and we have some small states like Sikkim, etc. So if at all, these are the members who having the large number of seats in Rajya Sabha. So if these members who are coming from the large state, they can dominate, correct? So to make this Rajya Sabha as unbiased as possible, then the Chairman of this Rajya Sabha will be the Vice President. So why the Vice President who is not the member, who is made as this ex officio Chairman of the Rajya Sabha according to the Article 64 of Indian Constitution, to make this Rajya Sabha as unbiased as possible. So because of this, Vice President who is not the member of the Rajya Sabha, he made as the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. I hope it is clear now. So in this lecture, what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss about the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and we are also going to see about the Deputy Chairman and the panel of Vice Chairmen, and also the Pro Tem Chairman. So if you see about the two important words, the first one is absence and the next one is vacant. So this absence is different compared to this vacant. So what is the absence? Whenever this Vice President is there, but he is doing the duty of the President. So in the absence of the Vice President, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha is taken up by the Deputy Chairman. But what happens in the case of the vacancy? In the case of the vacancy, President of India will appoint any other member to act as a temporary chairman to the Rajya Sabha. This person is called as a Chairman Pro Tem. Chairman Pro Tem. Okay, we already studied about the Speaker Pro Tem. So if you see the Speaker Pro Tem, he will be elected after every general election, correct? But this Chairman Pro Tem will be elected only when the vacancy there in the seat of the Vice President. So whenever there is a vacancy present in the seat of the Vice President, then only we see the Chairman Pro Tem will come into existence. But in the case of the Speaker, it is a ritual. That means there will be a Speaker Pro Tem after every general election. So this is some of the introduction. So one important point I want to note here, that is, if you see the Vice President, this Vice President is the part of the executive, correct? But this vice president, according to the Article 64, he is acting as ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. That means he is acting as the head of legislature. Correct? So he is the executive, but he is also acting as the head of the legislature. So he is acting as a bridge between the executive and the legislature. So there is a beautiful relationship or connection between the executive and the legislature in the terms of the chairman. Here the vice president, who is executive, but he is acting as the head of the legislature, that is the Rajya Sabha. So he is acting as a connecting link between the executive and the legislature. So this is the sum of the introduction regarding the chairman. So let us see what is written in the Lakshmikant. So we are going to discuss chairman of the Rajya Sabha. There are two important articles that you should remember regarding this chairman is Article 63 and Article 64 of Indian Constitution. So if you see the first line here, the presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha is known as chairman. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha according to the Article 64 of Indian Constitution. And during any period when the Vice President acting as a President or discharging the duties and the functions of the President, he does not perform the duties of the office of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So his seat will be occupied by the deputy chairman. And one important thing here, that is Vice President is not the member of the Rajya Sabha. But if you see this deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha, he is a member of Rajya Sabha. So this is the one important prelims fact that you should remember. So if you see, the chairman of Rajya Sabha can be removed from his office only if he is removed from the office of Vice President. So this is the important thing that you should remember again regarding the prelims. So if you see, as a presiding officer, the powers and the functions of the chairman in the Rajya Sabha, that is similar to those of the speaker in the Lok Sabha. So the functions and the duties of the speaker in the Lok Sabha is equal to the functions and the duties done by the chairman in the Rajya Sabha. If you see, however, speaker has two special powers which are not enjoyed by the chairman. Those two important powers is very important both regarding the mains as well as prelims. Those two important functions here is speaker decides whether the bill is a money bill or not, and his decision on this question will be final. So this is very important thing. So the speaker has the authority whether to decide that any bill which is a money bill or not. And the next one is speaker presides over the joint sitting. So if you see the article 108 of Indian Constitution, that talks about the joint sitting, and another article, Article 118 of Indian Constitution, talks about this joint session or the joint sitting which will be addressed by the speaker of the Lok Sabha but not the chairman. Why not chairman? If you see, this chairman is not member of the Rajya Sabha, correct? So if you see the speaker, he is a member of the Lok Sabha. So whenever this chairman is not the member of the Rajya Sabha, he won't preside the joint sitting according to the Article 108 and Article 118 of the Indian Constitution. And the next important point is he too can cast a vote. So what is a casting vote? So you have to understand again one simple concept here. So what is the meaning of casting vote? So casting vote means whenever any bill which is passed or which is introduced in the house, there will be the discussion, there will be the debate and voting. So in the voting, all the members will vote. If it is a tie, the equality of the votes happen. So mainly to resolve this tie, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha will vote. So this vote is mainly to dissolve the tie. This type of vote is called as a casting vote. And the next important point here is the Vice President cannot preside over the sittings of the Rajya Sabha as he is the chairman when the resolution for his removal is under consideration. Whenever there is a resolution for the removal of this Vice President, it is under consideration, the Vice President will not gonna preside that sitting of the Rajya Sabha. And however, he can present and even speak in the house mainly to protect the office of the chairman there. and he can also take part in the proceedings even without voting. Why without voting? He is not the member of Rajya Sabha again. And the next important point here is, in case of speaker, the salaries and allowances of the chairman are also fixed by the parliament. That means, as in the case of the speaker, speaker's salary also comes under the charged expenditure. So in the same thing, this chairman also comes under the fixed charged expenditure, and that too charged from the Consolidated Fund of India, CFI. And it is not subjected to the annual vote of the parliament as well. And the next important point here is, during any period when the vice president acts as a president or discharges the functions of the president, he is not entitled to any salary or the allowances which are payable to the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, but he is paid according to the salary and allowances of the president. That means he is discharging the duties of the president. So whenever he is acting as a president, so whatever the salary or the allowances that to be given to the president will be given to the vice president, because he is discharging the duties. And if you see the next important one, that is the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. This deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha is elected by the Rajya Sabha itself among its members. That means this deputy chairman is the member of Rajya Sabha. So whenever the office of the deputy chairman that fills vacant, Rajya Sabha will elect another member to fill the vacancy. So when will we see the chairman office vacated? There are mainly three important cases. The first one here is when he ceases to be the member of Rajya Sabha. When he ceases to be the member of Rajya Sabha, then he will also lose the deputy chairmanship. And next one is if he resigns by writing to the chairman. And the next one is if at all he is removed by the resolution which passed by the majority of all then members of Rajya Sabha. That means effective majority. What is the effective majority? That is more than 50% of effective strength of the house. More than the 50% of the effective strength of the house. So what is effective strength? Effective strength means total strength of house minus any vacancy at that time. This is called as effective strength. If more than 50% of the effective strength of the house is accepted, then this resolution will be passed. And such a resolution can be moved only before giving the 14 days of notice. So this 14 days of the notice should be given to that deputy chairman as well. And this deputy chairman will perform the duties of the chairman's office when it is vacant. That means when the vice president acting as a president or discharging the duties and the functions of the president. Whenever the chairman is acting as a president, then this post will be absence, right? So when the chairman office is vacant, that means in this case the chairman is acting as a president. So in this case, when there is absence of the chairman, so in this case what happened, the deputy chairman will take the seat of the chairman of Rajya Sabha, and he also acts as a chairman when the later is absent from sitting the house. So whenever what happened, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, whenever he will feel any ill or he is going to outside for any meetings, so in that case when the vice president is absent, so in this case also this chairman seat will be taken up by the deputy chairman. And it should be emphasized that here deputy chairman is not subordinate to chairman, but he is directly responsible to Rajya Sabha because he is the member of Rajya Sabha. And the next important point here is, like chairman, the deputy chairman while presiding over the house, he cannot vote in the first instance. He can vote only in the casting vote. That means whenever there is a tie is there, mainly to resolve those tie, this casting vote should be given by this deputy chairman when he is acting as a chairman of Rajya Sabha. And when the resolution for the removal of this deputy chairman, it is under the consideration of the house, again he cannot preside over that sitting of the house, though he can present and participate as well. So whenever the chairman presides over the house, so what is the duty of this deputy chairman? This deputy chairman is like any other ordinary member of that house. And next important one is he can speak in the house, he can participate in its proceedings, and he can vote on any question which is before the house. Like the chairman, this deputy chairman is also entitled to a regular salary and allowances, and these are fixed by the parliament, and they comes under the charged expenditure, that too from the consolidated fund of India. And the next important part here is panel of vice chairmen of Rajya Sabha. So under this panel, so if you see under the rules of the Rajya Sabha, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha will nominate from the amongst members as a panel of the vice chairmen. So only one of them can preside over the house, both in the absence of the vice president, that is a chairman, and also the deputy chairman. So whenever these panel of vice person who is acting as a chairperson or the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, then he has the same powers as the chairman when he is presiding the house, and he holds the office until the new panel of the vice chairpersons is nominated. And when the members of the panel of the vice chairmen is not present, then any other member is determined by the house will act as the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So this is about some important things that is present in your Lakshmikant. By this we are concluding today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Please do like, share and comment my videos. For the notes, please refer your Lakshmikant. Thank you.